How many continents are in Africa, bro?
Oh, I ain't joking my states.
Oh.
Oh, I ain't joking my states.
Oh.
Oh, I ain't joking my states.
Oh. Your states? What happened? Where would you want to be buried if you was a survivor?
The U.S.
In the U.S.?
Cat baby, I run baby, so son, what? Yeah, what? Baby, run it, baby, fuck, time, bad, super son, get it, got it, got it, fast.
Man, on some childish shit, I feel back with another video, man. Today I'm back here at school and we about to do a tricky question. So we got 3 questions. If you get all 3 of them right, I gotta get a girl's number, bro. Let's go. So I'm here with
Angel.
I got 3 questions for you.
Fat ass Finsta.
Spell Mississippi.
M-I-S-S. I don't know how to spell that. How do you spell Mississippi? Miss. A.
Where the fuck you get an A from? Where the fuck you get an A from? If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, right? Where would the survivors be buried at?
He said I found your brother.
In the middle.
Why in the middle?
Because they both.
Because they what?
They both.
They both?
They both.
What the f does that mean?
Both.
What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, ask the question again. If
a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
A plane crashes between
Yeah.
U.S. border,
Yes.
Mexican border.
Yes.
U.S. The U.S.
Why do you say that? Where would you want to be buried?
In Africa.
How many continents are in Africa?
100.
I thought you were smart, bro. I was wrong. Are you African?
I'm Liberian and Jamaican.
So how are the continents in Africa?
Don't ask me no questions.
You know what I'm saying? That's tough.
All right, state your names for me.
Benedict.
Kyle.
Sarah.
If a plane crash, shut up. If a plane crashed between the U.S. and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
Go to her first.
First of all,
Give me that
No,
jump back.
isn't the Mexican border? No, isn't the border where Texas is? No, isn't the border where Texas is?
You know what I'm saying? That's tough.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. How'd you know that?
Because I'm smart. Wait, repeat it. On the ground.
Underground. Where would you get? Where would you want to be buried?
In a graveyard. In the graveyard, yeah.
Y'all are y'all dumb? Y'all are survivors.
You're survivors. Damn. How many continents are in Africa?
Bro, hold up.
Bro, I'm not thinking right now.
Trying to get you.
It's not 5. It's like it's 8. No. 7.
All right, man. Today I'm here with Charles. All right, so I got 3 questions for you. All you gotta do is get them right. All right. Watch the Yeezys. All right. So spell Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Alright. Second, if a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
And dead nigga.
He said, "Dead nigga." No, but where would you want to be buried at?
On the roadside.
On the
roadside.
On the roadside?
Yeah, like in the border, in the middle of the border.
All right. Last question: how many continents in Africa?
4.
All right. Respect. All right. Spell your names for me. State your names for me. Khalil.
Sean.
If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
Texas.
What?
Texas.
What? You say that?
Where?
Where would you want to be buried at?
Talking about U.S.
U.S.
Part of where they're from, they'd be buried.
Where they're from?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know, bro. I'm sorry.
No, but where would you want to be buried? Why would you want to be buried if you're? Yeah. All right. U.S. border.
Yeah, no, the border. No, you can't cross the border over the plane.
Uh-huh.
You can't go over the border in the plane, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Hold on, bro. Sean, I ain't want to have to do this to you, bro. But nigga, what?
You can't go over a border in a plane? Nigga, huh?
No, you can't. No. You can't.
But wow.
No, you can't.
Okay, all right, bro.
I know I'm right, fool.
But if you're a survivor, why would you want to get buried? If you're a survivor,
That's why I said. That's why I said you can't get buried,
bro.
I said you can't get buried.
But you're a survivor. You can't why would you want to be buried?
Nah, that's right. Nah, I got that right. I got that right.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I said you said Texas.
All right, run it back.
Keep going. Second question. All right, do it.
All right, back.
All right, spell Mississippi.
MISSISSIPPI.
The same thing.
How many continents are in Africa?
Africa is a continent.
Africa is a continent.
Oh, all right.
Hey, I want you to get someone.
Be like, excuse me. What's y'all names? I'm just asking because y'all cute, and I was wondering if I could get all y'all numbers. You said bye? You're not. Damn. They're not fucking with me, bro. They're not fucking with me. It's for me.
Almaya, Shania, that wild bitch Almaya. Go follow me on Instagram.
Plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border. Where would the survivors be buried at?
The U.S. border?
Why? Where would you want to be buried at?
The U.S. border.
Why you say that?
I was born here.
Same thing.
But why would you want to be buried if you're a survivor? How many continents are in Africa?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
Shit, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Nigeria.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
Gambia, Guinea.
Senegal.
You got like a lot?
Yeah.
All right, man. Today I got a special guest in the building, man.
No, it's Kenny right here, you know what I'm saying? I'm your snap, Kendrick_Savage. Her.
Go Mississippi.
Oh, shit. Oh, I think MISSP. I forgot. How you come Mississippi?
You tell
Come on,
Come
come here.
like and they talk alike.
Spell that joint. Spell Mississippi.
Mississippi.
MISSISSIPBI.
If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, right? Where would the survivors be buried at?
Under the ground. Under the ground.
What's the question again?
If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
Nowhere.
Why you say?
U.S. border and a Mex. I said nowhere. Oh, right. Listen to the question. If a plane crashes in the U.S. border and the Mexican border, it's the same border. Nigga.
They're survivors. They're survivors.
Oh, we dumb as shit.
All right, how many continents are in Africa, bro?
Oh, I ain't doing my states.
Your states? What happened? How many continents in Africa? 7. But today I'm here with my man.
Fabian's Turk Shop in the building, you feel me?
Alright. If oh God, he's ugly, fool. If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, right? Where would the survivors be buried at?
Mexican.
Why the Mexican?
Because you're coming from Mexico, nigga.
Where would you want to be buried at?
Mexico.
Why?
Mexicans are lit. Nigga, they have dead days there, nigga.
Dead days?
Yeah, like they celebrate
You
that
gonna be
shit.
lit during dead day? Yeah, alright. The second question. Spell Mississippi.
MISSIPI. Wait, 2 P's and I.
Alright, today I'm here with
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Oh yeah. If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
Near the ocean?
Near the ocean? Where would you want to be buried at?
At the heaven gates.
The second question is, how many continents are in Africa?
40.
I say I'm back. I'm here with my man.
Kalechi.
If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
Nigga, there are no survivors.
If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
In the beach?
In the beach?
This is beyond me.
Nigga, what you mean?
Nigga,
You want to be buried in the beach?
in the ocean?
In the ocean? Alright, state y'all names for me.
Beverly. Jalissa.
Jayla. Becca. Nene.
Spell Mississippi.
Missi. I thought we were doing that one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time.
Missippi.
Wrong.
Missippi.
I don't fucking know.
This is like Miss.
I don't know. Okay, Missippi. Mississippi.
She got it right. If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
At the border?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. At the border.
They wouldn't even bury their ass. I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'm a witness here. What I seen was a horrible, tragic situation.
No, they'll be dead. They'll be dead.
The survivors will be dead. Yeah, slow as shit. The last question is, how many continents are in Africa?
First Ghana, then Ivory Coast.
In Africa?
Yeah.
One.
Hold up.
Oh! No, Africa is a continent.
She was counting. She said Ghana. What's y'all names for me?
Kendra.
Abby.
Kayla.
So if a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
The fucking ocean.
The ocean?
You said in
It's a
US
plane
and-
crash. It's fucking water. They're going to go in the ocean.
There's no. Are you dumb?
No, bitch.
They said the border.
Oh, the border? Mexico.
United States. Okay, well, it depends where the plane's coming from or going to.
Where would you want to be buried at?
United
Did
States.
you just ask me where would the survivors get buried?
They wouldn't get buried.
Exactly. She got it. She's smart. They're survivors. All right, man. State y'all names for me.
Joshua.
Dowda.
If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
Gotta be U.S.
U.S.
The ocean.
The ocean? Why y'all say that?
I don't know. Between the borders.
There's water between the border.
Like near the borders.
Spell Mississippi.
M-I-S-S.
Nigga, go.
I'm thinking. Hold on. M-I-S-S. I don't know. So that's
Missippi.
How you wanna call my man is dumb and still get the answer wrong, fool? Come on, bro. You gotta do better, fool. Dumber than he is. Dumbass. The last question is, how many continents are in Africa?
I'm African. I should know this.
You should.
Should be like, I'm gonna say 20, 25.
Man, 22.
22 days. You're right, fool. You're tough. How'd you know that? You dumb as fuck, boy. All right, state your name for me.
Ashley.
Spell Mississippi.
Mrs. Who?
Mississippi.
EP.
Mississippi.
MISSIPPI.
Mississippi. If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
What plane? What airline?
American Airlines.
Here.
America?
Yeah.
You want to be buried in America, right?
Me?
Yeah, where would you want to be buried at?
Here.
You want to be buried if you're a survivor, right? Like, obviously.
Bruh.
Like, you want to be buried, right?
No, because I don't want to die.
State your name for me.
Matthias.
Ugly. If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
Nigga, underground.
What Mississippi?
Fuck.
MISSIPPI. I think.
All right, the last question. How many continents are in Africa?
I know, right? 3.
He got.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Say y'all names for me.
F1.
Seven. Hermela.
If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
I don't know. Ask Feather.
Repeat the question.
If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
The border? Oh.
I don't know.
He said if the U.S. plane crashes between the U.S. border and Mexican border, like where the passengers about to be buried at.
If it crashes, aren't they dead?
What
Not
the fuck?
necessarily.
Where are they about to be buried at?
Where would you want to be buried at as a survivor?
Why would you be buried as a survivor?
What?
Everyone's dead as shit, fool. All right, how many continents are in Africa?
30.
Africa's its own continent.
Are you African, fool? You're dumb as shit. We don't claim her no more, bruh. Shawty said 30. All right, man. Today I'm here with.
Sayla.
If a plane crashes between the U.S. border and the Mexican border, where would the survivors be buried at?
In the middle?
In the middle?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Because there's nowhere you can really. It depends on what the plane is. If the plane is U.S., they would be buried in U.S. If it's in Mexico, then it would be
Where would you want to be buried if you was a survivor?
U.S.
In the U.S.?